Hello, amazing people. Welcome to Cosmic Reflections with Ani Ramla. Today, I am going to do a general message for the collective. I have 3 decks that I am wanting to use today. I have my Akashic Tarot, my Starseed Oracle, and my Wisdom Oracle cards, okay? So this is just going to be a general message. I'm going to pull and see what spirit, what source has to say to us, okay? One of the things that I love about just pulling cards without even asking a question is because when you receive that confirmation without even having to ask, I think that is one of the most beautiful things about divinity, okay? So no picking piles today. I'm just going to use all 3 of these decks to bring forth the message for you all. And whoever comes, I hope that you receive your message, and I hope that it provides confirmation, healing, guidance, enlightenment, all of those beautiful things for you, okay? So I'm going to start with the Akashic Tarot. And I'm just going to lay out all of the cards and then deliver the message. Also, if I resonate with you, please like, share, and subscribe and hit that bell. All right, let's see what's going on for today. Caught in the ruins. Architects. The waterfall. This card just continues to come out every day for me with these pick-a-piles. And I think that has everything to do with Pisces, with Mars being in Pisces. Setting your course. Wow. Hilarion. Woo, this is getting deep. The Muse. All right, you guys, I'm going to pull a couple of cards from my Starseed Oracle. Beautiful. Activated Earth. Wow. Yeah, this is getting deep. You got the love. You got the love, baby. Wow, this card was, I was wondering where that card went. That belongs in my other deck. All paths lead home. Wow. Absolutely. Pull a few more from my Wisdom Oracle. Serendipity. Imagine. Oh, I have a few come out, and I'm just going to use them all too. Imagine, here and now, and flexible. Wow. All right. So let's get right into this message, because it is a very powerful one. I can already feel it. I'm feeling as if, because the Caught in the Ruins card came out first, okay? And if you see in the card, it's two people and they seem to be behind a cage. So I'm really feeling like this is the collective's energy when they were feeling isolated and trapped in, and feeling as if doom is upon us, kind of feeling, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really, with this ancient Egyptian card coming in, the architect coming in right after this. So it's kind of like we're going through this pandemic, and then it's kind of like this, if you look to our past, there you will see our future, okay? Energy coming through. So I'm really feeling as if this energy with the isolation and the feeling of doom is getting ready to pass, and people are waking up because they are beginning to realize and see that we do not have to continue with the same patterns where civilizations in the past have fallen. And of course, everything that has a beginning must come to an end, but honestly, truly, there truly is not an end. We just transform, okay? We transform into something else, okay? Energy does not die. It has to go somewhere, all right? So with those two cards coming one after the other, that is what I'm really picking up on that. So it's kind of like begin, and as the world begins to slowly open up again, okay? Remember those feelings that you felt when you were in isolation. This was a very, very important time for the collective consciousness and for humanity as a whole. And I feel as if humanity as a whole went through a dark night of the soul. And as you all know, when you go through the dark night of the soul, there is a lot of healing that can come from that. Deep, deep, deep inner healing. And as things slowly begin to open back up, of course, now we're with this waterfall, we're right into the Mars going into Pisces, which is all about having to face our inner wounds. So it's like, you see how it just continues to go even deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like falling down the rabbit hole and just continue. It's like there's no end, right? But honestly, I feel as if Source is saying, this is the time for you to begin to build what it is that you want for yourself. You are the architect in your own life, okay? In your own situations. We all have choices and decisions that we need to make. So you are the architect, and you are also the builder of the future. Every one of us that are here, you know what I'm saying? Our families, the people that we bring into the world, and the reason why I'm bringing up families and generations and things of that nature, because of the water. And as you know, water is the portal to the spirit realm. So I'm really feeling as if, you know what I'm saying, is Spirit is wanting you to say, and Earth Mother Gaia is wanting you to say, look, begin to take care of this earth realm and ascend it, because the civilizations that come after us, the children that come after us, our children, have to live here. Okay? And then with this activated earth coming in, of course, with this mass awakening that's going on currently, we have activated our spiritual blueprints, and it's shining out. It's like we were in this well, right? In this deep well with no light coming down, lost and confused, and seeming as if our voids were complex and never going to be filled, right? And I feel like now our light is shooting up and out of this well. Our spiritual blueprints are being activated, all right? We are being led. So I'm always saying that this is a beautiful time to be alive right now, and it truly, truly is, okay? You got the love. So Spirit is saying, as we come out of the isolation and slowly come into where the world and things are moving a little bit again, to use your own discernment. Okay, follow yourself of what it is that you think, what is the best way to move forward with this. Okay, Spirit is saying a lot of people are going to either show you their true colors and you're not going to like it. and that is fine. Okay, because the old has to be cleared out in order for the new to come in. And this applies to everything. This applies to our personal lives. This applies to nature. This applies to everything. The old has to die so the new can come in. And Spirit is reassuring you that all paths are, whatever path that you take is still going to lead you home. Okay? So you have the setting your course card. So this is what I was saying. You have to begin to set your own course. There is a rainbow at the end of the tunnel, okay? No matter what path you take, there is always a rainbow at the end of the tunnel, at the end of it all. And of course, you have Hilarion coming out. Hilarion was a great teacher. Okay, and this is having to do that. See, the ancestors are showing up again. The people who have come before us are showing up again in this card. So I'm really feeling as if that's why I said we are being led. We are being led collectively on a spiritual level. We are currently in a spiritual battle, a spiritual war that has already been won. And I feel as if we still, of course, have to live through it. But I feel as if the ancestors and our guides are right here with us. And the more and more that we begin to activate our spiritual blueprints and live our truth and be our authentic selves, the more and more access we are going to have with the spiritual realm, the more they are going to guide us. The more we honor our ancestors, the more we do our rituals and our prayers, whatever that is, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? What rituals you want to use, what beliefs you have, none of that matters. It's the relationship that you have personally with the Creator, okay? Because as I said, all paths lead home, okay? But it's always, always good to honor those that came before us. Honor the ones who came in and made significant changes to this earth, to the things that we still look back at to this day for guidance and synchronistic messages, for answers about who we are. We still need to remember and honor these people. And then with the muse, this goes into setting your course, okay? So it's kind of like paint life how you wish for your life to be painted. Paint it with pretty colors. Keep the inspiration. This energy of the feeling isolated and alone energy kind of thing, I know there was a lot of mental health. I know that there was a lot of mental health decline over these past couple of months. People have lost their jobs. They've lost their businesses that they've worked years. Okay? People have lost family members. Okay? And if you are still here and breathing, you have to show gratitude for that. There is always something to find, there's always something that you can find to have gratitude in your heart for. Even if it's hard and you want to say, no, F that, because you know what I'm saying? Why am I going through this? One of the things that I find that will kill you is asking why. Because sometimes you will never have the answer. You have to continue to move forward. You have to continue to press forward, okay? Spirit is saying here and now, in this moment, what are you grateful for? What did you learn from this experience collectively with this pandemic? And everyone has their opinions about what took place, but have you been listening to source about what took place? What are you still thankful for? Serendipity. Are you at peace on the inside? Even through the storms, even through all of these events that take place that are traumatic, are you still having peace in your heart? So basically, I feel like this message is for the ones who started off in this pandemic kind of like on the lower end of the scale, and nobody really took notice. And now when the cards have been shuffled in their favor, and it's kind of like now you're going to be able to step out. You're going to have much more opportunity. You're going to have much more financial stability and abundance, even more than what you had before this. Okay, I'm feeling like you're going to be recognized, and I feel like you're going to be juggling a lot more than what you were when we went into this pandemic. But at the same time, I feel as if you're going to be able to handle it more, because I feel as if you learned something within your seclusion, isolation, time alone. Even if you were still working during this pandemic, there was really nowhere that you could go. Everything was shut down. So you spent more time, in the house and with yourself. And during this time, what did you, you know what I'm saying? What did you learn? Kind of thing. And how are you going to apply it as you move forward, as you set the course? I'm going to pull a few more cards. Spirit is telling me. Pull a few more cards from my Akashic Tarot. The Queen of Keys. That came out in my pick-a-piles yesterday as well. Community. The Oracle of Delph. Yeah. So, the Oracle, yeah, this is all about being the observer, which was what a lot of people were doing in their isolation, observing what is going on. So, this is how you ascend. And this is how your consciousness expands. This is how your perception expands when you are able to. Some people took this as an opportunity to look at things from different angles and perspectives, to actually go in and see what is going on over here on this side of the spectrum, and what's going on up here on this side of the spectrum, and what's going on down here on this side of the spectrum. Okay, and they were able to gather information. There, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people's eyes are opening, seeing beyond the veil, because as some of you may know, the veil is gone. The veil is gone. It's gone. Okay? Things are being revealed. I mean, it's so crazy, because it's like it's right in front of our faces, and yet some people still won't receive it. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with fear. I mean, the world can be a scary place when you see it for what it is. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, okay? But that's not, some spirit is saying don't let that fear stop you from seeing the truth. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. And we have the community card and the Queen of Keys. So this ties into, I really, really feel like there is going to be a stronger sense of community. So, you know, as the world begins to slowly open back up, because, you know, after a traumatic event, of course, everyone comes together and, you know what I'm saying, everybody starts working on one accord, and then we lose that somewhere along the line. Why is that? It's like everybody's coming together and working together and holding hands and singing Kumbaya. And then it's like we have a short-term memory. It's like we forget that. And Spirit is saying, don't forget that this time. As we move forward, don't forget that. To hold your sister and your brother's hand, to lift each other up. Don't forget what you went through as a collective. Don't forget the people that lost their lives during this. Whether they've exaggerated the numbers or not, even one person's life is worth, there is no price. Somebody lost their life. Somebody lost a loved one. Have empathy and compassion for that, okay? And with the Queen of Keys, I feel as if Spirit is saying, as long as you keep that gratitude that I was talking about earlier in the reading, keep that gratitude in your heart. Keep that sense of community, and not just about self and being selfish, but what is it that you want to do for the world? I was drawn to this song earlier, and it said, when I die, I want to know that I was alive for a purpose, right? People should see how important family is, but you know, sometimes in these circumstances, sometimes that won't even do it either. I'm feeling drawn to say that. Sometimes, you know, that won't even do it either. Unfortunately, some of us, especially, you know, people that are different from the rest of their family members, or have different beliefs and convictions, when they dare to think outside the box, or they dare to be themselves and be different, despite how they were brought up. Maybe if they were brought up in a certain belief system, or if they were raised in a certain setting and they choose a different setting, kind of thing. I really feel as if, especially those kind of people, they don't have a sense of community because they feel a void. They feel a void with their family. So that's why you have this with the Hilarion card and the tapping into the Akashic, and you have these people in the spirit realm on the other side. It's kind of like that reminder that you are not alone ever. Even if nobody on this planet gets you, you still have to know that you are magnificent. You still have to know that you are loved, that you are being guided, that there is nothing but unconditional love for you on the other side. All you have to do is remember them, honor them, connect to your heart space, go back within, connect back to source. That's all you have to do to feel that love. That love is inside of your heart space. Sometimes our heart chakras get blocked off because we have abandonment issues, we got trust issues, we have commitment issues, we got family issues, you know what I'm saying? We got friend issues, people pretending to be happy for us, but they're not. It's secretly, they want you to be that old person that they used to know. How unfair is that for people to want you to be the old person because that's what they used to know and that's what they like? How unfair is that? That's pretty messed up if you think about it, because if you love someone and you support someone and you believe in someone, and if they have this major epiphany or life change where they are actually doing something that makes them happy, and in return it spreads out into the world and begins to light other people up, and you have an issue with that because they're not the same person that you used to remember, or they're not the person that you had that perception of, so now you're salty because you didn't know that this person was so capable of that. You had low standards for them, or you had low expectations for them. These, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. That is so unfair. But at the same time, life isn't fair. We are all fair game down here in this earth realm. This is the dream. So I like to think of it as in the spiritual realm, in our spiritual form, we are asleep and we wake up here. And we are here to learn our soul lessons. We are here to ascend our soul. You know what I'm saying? People, things that we go through, relationships, trials, tribulations, roadblocks, road bumps, depression, anxiety, mental health disorders, addictions. These are all lessons and tests and things of that nature that we go through, that our soul is going through. You don't know someone's story. You don't know what someone's been through. So as the world begins to open back up, have more compassion in your heart for others. That's what I'm hearing Spirit saying consistently for these past few days. Because before this pandemic started, in one of my pick-a-pile readings, I told everyone, I said, you are going to have a what would you do weekend. And this is because the angels were here on earth and they were testing people to see how people treated one another before this whole pandemic even broke out. So I said, you know, I was given permission by source, and I whoever heard it. And I hope that everyone did the right thing, because we are being watched by the higher dimensional realms. Because it seems as if history in this realm repeats itself. I mean, it does. I believe my daughter told me yesterday, she's like every 100 years or something. It's like if you look, and something else came up, but I'm going to leave that for later on when it is revealed. But if you look past in our history, you know, the revolutionaries and things of that nature, it's kind of like the ones that are still alive. If you look at them, what happened to them? So there's something that needs to be broken. There's a cycle that needs to be broken. There's a time loop or a trap or something that needs to be broken, because it's like big changes come and then it's like people forget and we're right back doing the wrong things. We're right back doing the wrong things. We're abusing Earth, Mother Nature. We're abusing each other. Why does this keep happening? The scribe, fated meeting. Reflection. Wow. Why does this keep happening? So we have the scribe come out, which is all about ancient scripture and holy texts, all about the scholars, all about the teachings and the writings that have been with us for a millennia, that date back millions of years. Of course, as you all know, sacred geometry, the numbers, that is how God's source communicates with us. And then you have fated meeting and reflection. So I'm honestly feeling, why does this keep happening? I mean, this is fate. People are choosing fate over destiny. That's why this keeps happening. Because we succumb to fear, doubt. We give in to temptation. We take everything personal and not as a lesson and a test. We get caught up in the whys. We don't look at the bigger picture. yes, at the end of the day, we all have a destiny and we're going to end up right where we are supposed to end up at the end of the day. But we can make that path easier or harder on ourselves. And so I'm feeling as if, collectively we are just choosing fate over destiny. We are just settling for less. So take this whole isolation was for reflecting. We are supposed to be reflecting on this and finding these answers, because I really feel as if this is a very powerful time to be alive and aware and awakened and conscious at this time, and listening to source, tapping into source, attuning oneself to source, going back home, going outside and reconnecting with Earth Mother Gaia, reconnecting, remembering who we are before we moving forward, because I feel like we were on such a fast track to disaster. So divine justice, the divine had to step in and say, whoa, stop. Because y'all better go into hermit mode like I've been telling you to do. And reflect and think and find what it is that you are grateful for, and find what it is that you have been taking for granted, and begin to have compassion for one another, because we are all headed, all paths lead home. It doesn't matter what path you take. So stop coming up against one another over every little thing. Now it's like you got the people that don't wear masks, and I was saying this to my daughter the other day. You have the people that don't wear masks and the people that wear masks. Now they're going at it. Divide and conquer. And when my daughter told me that that's what the lions do in nature, maybe some people know this, but that was like an epiphany for me. I was like, you know what, you're right. They go in to the herd, and they create fear and panic, and the herd scattering all over the place, and then they dive in for the kill. I mean, when she said that, for me, that was like an epiphany. I was like, you know what? That is so true. Divide and conquer. They do it all the time. When are you going to see to stop falling for that? Let people do what they want to do. People use their own discernment. If someone feels more comfortable wearing a mask than in public because of, what I'm saying, then just let them wear their mask. If someone feels that they don't need to wear a mask, you know what I'm saying? And this could probably turn out to be controversial for, but I hope not, because I don't need no controversy right now. I haven't been in the game long enough to be going through no kind of, but I'm just saying, if somebody feels as if they don't want to wear a mask, well, then as long as you have a mask on, then, why are you worried about what somebody else? It's the same thing. Like, people be worried about everybody else. Why don't you just worry about yourself? Because self is key to the path of enlightenment, to source, to the cosmic library that is inside of all of us. It never fails. When I seen that on Facebook, I was just like, wow. So now we're just going to be fighting about who's wearing a mask and who's not, right? It's like, just everybody worry about yourself. Use your own discernment, because all paths lead home, and do what you feel that you need to do for yourself and your family, and have compassion in your heart for other people. We all have our own perception of things. We all have our own thoughts about things. We all have our own opinions formed through our life circumstances with these things. We all have our own hurts and our own doubts and our own struggles and our own battles, our own spiritual battles, our own physical battles, everything. And we're all just in the same spot at this very moment, doing the best that we can. Stop letting that energy of divide and conquer win. That's that's what the message of the Spirit is saying as we move forward, as things begin to open up back again. Do not let that energy of divide and conquer win. You are setting your course. There is a rainbow at the end of the tunnel. So set your course, and don't worry about what course everybody else is on, kind of thing. Okay? So I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to wrap this up, and this is for whoever needed to hear it. I know that you will find it, and you know that messages from Source are timeless. So, you know, even if the topic that came up was coming out of the pandemic and the isolation and things of that nature at this time, there's still a message within a message always. So it's, you know what I'm saying, you're going to hear, you never come across a message from Spirit by accident. You're going to hear what you need to hear when you need to hear it. But yes, if this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell on my channel so that you're notified when a new video is posted. And I will see you all again next time. I wish you all peace and blessings on this journey that we are getting ready to embark on collectively. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all going to end up in the same spots, but we all need to just go out and do our things. Let's choose destiny over fate. That's going to be the title of this read. All right, I'll see you all again next time. Bye.